Well, I had a question or two about ex-sheriff Jimmy Stevens. Did you ever notice him under the influence of any kind? You guys are pretty good at telling if someone's under the influence too.
Yeah.
Hey, you're back. So today's story is one I've been following for a while now. I have a bunch of notes here, so forgive me if I break eye contact with the camera to read them. But today's story is about now ex-Johnson County Sheriff Jimmy Stevens. He was arrested last December for possession of guns and drugs. Another little side note about Jimmy, his mother is the most recent wife to Miami Dolphins football coach Don Shula. And Jimmy happens to have probably the nicest house in town, which is a little suspicious considering he's a sheriff, but nothing to prove there. So the FBI was watching Stevens in connection to a corruption and narcotics investigation. The FBI contacted Arkansas State Police Officer Matt Price, and they requested that Matt pull over then Johnson County Sheriff after he was leaving a house in Crawford County that was also being watched by the FBI. So Price pulled over Stevens for speeding and questioned Stevens why he was out of his county in his patrol car speeding, leaving a known drug house. Stevens said he was visiting confidential informants. Stevens' car was eventually searched. Marijuana butter, oxycodone, and hydrocodone were all found in Sheriff Stevens' patrol car. I will be requesting that body cam footage for a later video. When FBI questioned the occupants of the home, even they admitted that they sold that marijuana and marijuana butter to then Sheriff Stevens. I should also mention that Sheriff Stevens was drug tested, and he did test positive for the pills that were found in his car. So then, 3 days after the arrest, on December 6th, Stevens wrote on the Sheriff's Office Facebook page that although he's legally obligated to perform certain duties as the elected sheriff, he placed Chief Deputy Jeremy Bennett in charge of the office's day-to-day operation. He wrote, "It is my full expectation and hope and prayer that these matters will be resolved promptly and that I will return to running the sheriff's office in Johnson County. I ask for your patience as this matter proceeds and for your thoughts and prayers for my family during this process." He then apologizes to the county residents and employees for the embarrassment his arrest has caused. Jimmy Stevens originally pled not guilty, but it is confirmed that last Thursday, October 25th, 2023, former Johnson County Sheriff James Jimmy Stevens pled guilty to felony possession of a controlled substance, which was part of the plea deal. So that dropped a couple of the other charges, the speeding charge and the drug and gun possession charge. Prosecuting attorney Kevin Holmes confirmed Stevens was sentenced to 6 years probation with a suspended sentence and $10,000 fine. He is required to resign from his position as sheriff by noon on Friday and surrender his law enforcement certificate, so he can no longer be a law enforcement of any kind, anywhere, ever again. Now, being a felon, he can no longer possess a firearm or hold any position in public office. So at least they went that far. I was expecting them to give them the worst misdemeanor there is, but no felony charges. That way he could keep his job and not be a felon. But I'm glad to see they at least took it to that level. So since this all came to light, Jimmy has been accused of many other crimes, none of which have been openly investigated. So I won't get into any of that. And you know me, as soon as I saw all this, I had to go down to the Johnson County Sheriff's Office and ask some questions. So let's check it out. All right, we're at the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. It's in Clarksville, Arkansas. Johnson County is where ex-sheriff Jimmy Stevens used to work until he became a felon. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna FOIA request some information about him and see if I can get some of my questions answered by Chief Deputy Jeremy Bennett. Hello.
Okay.
Hey, I need to make a FOIA request.
Okay.
request offline, or do we have any? Offline. Oh, yeah, you'll have to get it offline, and then you have to send it in.
You got a blank piece of paper?
Yeah.
Cool. If you got 2 pieces, just so I don't have to ask you.
Yeah, okay.
Cool, thank you.
I'd like to give you.
Is Chief Deputy Bennett in by chance?
No, he's not right now.
Is there anyone, who would be the highest person here that I can maybe talk to?
That would be Mickey. I'm not sure if he's here. I can call though.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
What's your last name, Justin?
I was going to keep that to myself.
He wants to keep that to himself. All right, yeah. Said he'd be here in a minute.
Sweet, thanks. And I do have a pen.
Do you?
Yeah.
There's a couple. That's all.
Thank you. And what was your name?
My name's Stephanie.
Thanks. Hey. Let me put this down for a second. I can shake your hand, man. Justin, nice to meet you, brother. Well, I had a question or two about ex-Sheriff Jimmy Stevens. I don't know if you could answer anything for me.
There's nothing we were out of the investigation, so there's nothing I can comment on it.
Do you guys have any kind of public statement that you've released or anything? No. I haven't seen one, that's why I was wondering.
No, he resigned, and we're moving forward.
Right. Yeah. I'm not trying to connect him to you or anything.
I just literally, I mean, as far as his case goes, that was Crawford County.
Did you work with him, or at least in passing by, kind of work with him?
Yes.
Did you ever notice him under the influence of any kind? You guys are pretty good at telling if someone's under the influence too.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe he was using, or it was?
I don't.
You don't know.
I can't really comment on that. I mean, I worked narcotics for 10 years.
Okay.
And people like me and you can have addiction issues and hide it. So I can't make a judgment on the man. I mean, I honestly can't.
Yeah.
He's dealt with his stuff there at Crawford County, and and unfortunate results of that.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep moving forward.
Understand.
What we're gonna do.
So you got let's see, Jeremy Bennett's gonna be the
Jeremy Bennett, our chief deputy, is the interim or acting sheriff. Has been since former Sheriff Stevens' arrest.
Gotcha. And then, do you know how long until you guys come up with a new sheriff? I saw that was up to
that will be up to the quorum court. The quorum court, what the quorum court will do is they will meet and they will decide on a resolution whether to appoint immediately or to take applications or and look other people.
Oh, okay. So do you think it'll be it won't be an elected sheriff?
No, they won't. I don't foresee them doing a special election.
Okay. So they'll just kind of appoint him until next election.
Yeah, whoever the sheriff is selected, they'll serve out the remainder of the term. Okay, that whoever is appointed will not be eligible to run in the next election. Appointed individuals to offices aren't eligible to run for the next election.
Gotcha. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. We were, when this all went down, it was hands off and that.
Right. I'm sure they didn't appoint you guys to go investigate it.
No, we didn't want it. What happened happened, and it's Crawford County.
Right. I'm going to make a FOIA request on a few things. But off the top of your head, do you know if he's had any disciplinary action that you know
He's
of?
the sheriff. I mean, he was the sheriff.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be okay. I'll just FOIA what I can and
send the FOIAs, and
I'm just gonna do it by hand here, and I'll turn it into.
Just say here, I'll give you a card and send.
Awesome, thank you.
Send that information to us, and I'll be more than glad to help you out any way you can.
I appreciate you, brother. Definitely.
Yeah, that's one of my older cards too. So
it's kind of
I'm actually the captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're the cap. Okay. Are you still an investigator?
Yeah.
You work in narcotics still?
No.
Oh no. Okay. How was that? Was that any fun? Probably not.
10 years of it, it was fun.
Oh.
I could tell some fun stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, hey, if you have any spare time one day, maybe I'll.
hey, big thing is I just want to see people clean and move on.
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
You know. I wish I had more. I mean, you know, what happened? He was put on time. You know, basically put on time out. Wasn't allowed to come here. You know. Yeah.
Was it a pretty big surprise to everyone, or was there any? Was there? It was.
Yeah.
There was no one like, oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
There's no one like that.
I'll be honest with you, it broke our hearts. You know.
Oh, wow.
You know, so, but the problem is that you can't find out, you know, everything about an investigation. You know, and
Until after.
you know.
In fact, we never even really talked about it.
Yeah.
We just kept our heads down and kept
Yeah,
moving.
just-
Right.
What you did. There's
That's good. There's no point in rumors
Yeah.
and spreading stuff.
Oh yeah, rumors and
Yeah.
yeah,
What about?
everything else.
You might know. Would you say the sentence he got is typical for a normal person? If a normal person in his
yeah,
shoes.
first time offenders. That is a absolute normal sentence.
It's about right.
Yeah.
So it's 6 years probation, which is also or is it 8 years?
No, I think it was 6. Was it 6
I'm not
years?
sure.
I forget now.
I
But
see
yeah.
that.
I just know it's over with and he resigned. You know.
Right. So he has officially resigned.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. He
midnight
resigned,
last
he
night or
resigned
something?
actually that morning at 12:01, just 1 minute after.
Oh, okay.
He put in his resignation. Yeah.
As soon as he could.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the next morning is when he had his hearing.
And so it's Class D felony. It's 6 or 8 years probation, which is also the word isn't extended, but extended sentence. Suspended. Thank you. Brain fart. And then so if he gets caught doing anything, is it how meticulous is it?
What will happen is on a suspended sentence, if you violate a suspended sentence, say you got 5 years suspended sentence, and during that 5-year period, you violate it, then the remainder of whatever's left on your suspended sentence,
Oh, it'd be the
you
left.
can go.
So it wouldn't just be the 8 years starting then or 6 or whatever.
Generally, they sentence you what's left.
Okay. So let's say so how is it like? He's speeding too fast. Is that going to do it, or is it have to be?
They generally, in the terms and conditions of a suspended sentence, you know, write that out. And generally, the standard on that is, another felony,
Something
drug
related.
possession, those things, and then they'll have terms and conditions that he has to abide by, as far as the probationary part goes. Like some of them are like keep a job. So, and like I said, I don't know
Don't
what
run
his
over other
is.
felons.
Oh, right.
Felons.
No firearms.
They're
Report
subject
in
to-
certain times that you have to report in as a probation.
Okay.
They're subject to random drug tests. I mean,
Oh,
stuff like that.
okay.
Yeah. You
Okay.
gotta keep the probation officer aware.
So he's
of
probably
what your
doing like a
current
once a
address
week
is.
or twice a month or something.
It varies from probationary to probation. Depends on what you're on probation for.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
What do you? So I've heard that Holmes, the attorney, is he the DA? I believe.
The Crawford County DA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just literally going off of rumors right now, but someone told me that him and Stevens are really good fishing buddies. Could you put anything to that?
I've never even.
I
done
doubt
training
it,
about fishing.
but yeah.
Which was what they said is
Jimmy's
kind of.
not the fishing kind of guy.
I've never done
And that's what someone said was, yeah, exactly.
That's going to be one of them things.
It's just
Probably
small town
rumors
stuff,
and
but
I couldn't comment one way or the other because I don't,
Right.
I don't hang out with either one of them,
Gotcha.
So or I should say at all. But
you guys know where the good fishing hole is, don't you?
yeah, we love
You know that?
Yeah, and I couldn't see Jimmy fishing now. And I don't even know the other fella.
Right.
The Crawford
I forget his
County
first name now, but yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Holmes is his last name.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's going to be one of them small town rumors that get,
I'm sure we'll hear
Spun.
another dozen of them.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So
Cool.
Anything else I can do for you?
That's all I got now, I think. I think I did it.
Anything? You got my number.
Thanks, brother. What's your name?
Jennifer Payne.
Nice meeting you.
All right. Thank you.
See you guys. Thank you. So it seems as though Captain Huber and the rest of the department are sympathetic for Jimmy and his family, which is understandable. I get it. It's your coworker. You know the guy. You know his family. But where's the outrage? Why not be upset that your boss was abusing his power and embarrassing your entire department and the entire county? Why not be mad that he was doing this while simultaneously you and him are locking people up for the same thing or less while he's doing it in his sheriff's vehicle? I personally think that if a law enforcement officer is going to commit a crime, his sentencing needs to be twice what it would be for the normal citizen, or maybe even more than that if he was using his power to commit that crime. For example, using his badge, using his sheriff's vehicle to go commit these crimes, to transport these drugs. It shouldn't be less than a normal person. It should be at least twice. I feel like a lot of you guys agree, but I'd be interested to see what you had to say about it. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. You guys know anything about the sheriff? No comment on that today? No?
Not my job.